I spent 10 hours on this drawing, and I would love to show you guys my process. Just a quick note, if you're new here, my name is Mallory, and welcome to my channel. I'm going to show you some of the supplies that I use, and I'll go through the paper as well. First thing that I do is obviously I look for a reference photo, and so this is the reference photo that I have. And then I typically just do like a light box and do tracing and get my image down, which is what I did here, mainly because it just saves a lot of time. Everyone has their opinions on tracing and whatever, so I'll let you think about that what you want. Personally, I think it just saves time. I already know how to sketch, and I just don't feel like sitting here for hours and hours and hours when my main focus is trying to get a piece out. The reference image that I have was a little bit different than this. I chose this composition myself, mainly because I just wanted it to be more in focus or up close on his face, and just I also changed it into black and white and then just kind of adjusted the saturation a little bit so that it has a little bit more shadow. This is not typically something that I've ever done before, to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever actually drawn an older person, so this is going to be quite the challenge for me, and getting in all of the creases and stuff, like that's going to be very interesting. And I've really been dealing with a lot of fear of death lately. I know this is getting really dark, but to keep it light, I have been fearing death, and I feel like getting older is a privilege, and I think this is very contradicting because this guy has a smoke in his mouth, but I don't know, I just really liked it. And y'all are gonna think I'm crazy after this. Anyways, so yeah, he's getting older, but he smokes, but it's fine. And oh god. Anyways, I just think getting older is a privilege, and when I saw this photo, I don't know, there was just something about this man that made me, feel something, and I think he looks very sweet, and I don't know, it also looks like he has stories, and it looks like he has also really enjoyed life as well, and he just gives no shits about anything because he smokes still, so whatever. You do you, boo, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's definitely something different from what I normally do, and I don't know, I'm excited to try it out and share it with you guys. So first I'm going to start by taping off all of my corners so that it stays in place. The paper I'm using is the Fabriano watercolor paper, and then I'll be using the Faber-Castell matte pencils. And I usually use the 6B, 10B, 14B, and then I also have the HB or 2B just for the lighter sides as well. I do like these pencils because they are, more matte, so they don't have that shine as much. They do have a shine still when you get darker and darker, but overall it's pretty decent. And then, of course, I have different erasers and the kneaded eraser as well.